when you're running a business, it's a lot of stress, and you got to deal with a lot of that stress, and it can be overwhelming at times. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you're going to drop the ball and things are going to start happening. So I was like, I need to feel better. Like, I just need to feel better. Hey, thank you everyone for joining the Real Concrete Coating Talk Pod. Super excited to have this guest aboard. My name is Rudy Hetrick. I'm your host, and I really want to talk a lot about this topic that's, I think, really, really important. I never took it as seriously as I should have. I'm now in my 40s, and my dad actually passed away at 66 suddenly due to a stroke because he wasn't looking after himself in terms of health and everything else. And I think that was probably the trigger for me. I was in party mode all the time. I was the kind of person that was, let's get busy on Thursday, and then I'm drinking during the day on Sunday, right? And then Monday, Tuesday, not feeling so hot, not eating very well, all these different things. But before we get into the weeds on that, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
How you doing, guys? My name's Prince Turner, as Rudy was alluding to. I'm actually a personal trainer out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've been in and out of fitness for the past 10 years now, professionally, coming up on 3 years now. I got into fitness for several reasons. The number one reason, as a teenager, let me back it up a little bit more. As a child, I was always fascinated by all of the physiques, all the specimens that I saw on professional wrestling. I mean, I was a big Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior,
Nice.
all of those big muscular guys back in the day. So, I would always try to emulate that and say that's how I wanted to look. On the unfortunate side, as a child, I was a little bit more chunky, heavier. And around that time, I'd say around 12 or 13 years old, I really started getting into fitness, really started paying a little bit more attention to what I eat. Still a little bit more rebellious as a preteen going into those teenage years. But I'd say about 17, 18, when I started, getting ready for college, then finally heading off to college, I really got into the scientific aspect of fitness and nutrition and, getting into a sustainable type of lifestyle as far as fitness is concerned. So to make a long story short, that is my story of getting into fitness. People were teasing me, calling me fat. I liked how professional wrestlers looked. And finally, I wanted to dig a little bit more deeper into the scientific side of it. So here I am.
Well, and let's face it, there's a lot of judgment out there. As much as we hate to, a lot of times we like to shut that out of our lives, but it's all over television. People are getting Botox. It's like that industry is like tripled in size over the last 10 years. And because everyone wants to look good, but they don't want to do the work. I mean, there are some that actually need the help. Obviously, they get into a car accident or something happens to their face or body or whatever it might be. But there's this huge problem, I think, right? And everyone's getting fatter. And the biggest problem I feel is it's obviously a fine line. Personally, I think it's a fine line because obviously you don't want to judge people for their weight and you don't want to judge people for their size. But there is a psychological aspect of it, in my opinion, where if you are feeling good about yourself, it's probably due to the fact that you're exercising on a regular basis. You're just feeling good inside. You eat well. You can handle stress. You're not depressed, right? People don't look at you in different ways. And that's just the reality of it. We're humans, right? We're horrible.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, so tell me a little bit more, like why did you get into professional training? I mean, I found you on the Kickstart app.
Kickoff.
It's been a blessing. I'm not even going to lie. It's been a game changer for me because I can't hold myself accountable for 5 minutes on things like that, right? If I can find an easier thing to do that day, it's definitely not going to be working out, right? At least when I start, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to work and click away at my keyboard because it only affects my brain, right? but the physical side of it was difficult for me, and I knew I needed help. So tell me a little bit more about why you got into that.
So before I completed my college degree in exercise science, I was going to the gym regularly. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 times a week. I don't know, hour and a half, almost 2 hours at a time, which probably wasn't a good idea. And I kind of had to tone it down just to, rest and recovery and, a little bit of mental recovery too. But there were a lot of people that would come up to me to the gym and just like, hey man, you take care of yourself. You're always in good shape. Can you help me? And I finally, like a light bulb just went off like, maybe I should go to school and like, really learn and understand what fitness truly is. It's more than just throwing up a bunch of weight on the bench press or hopping on the treadmill and going as long as you can, or whatever the case may be, whatever your niche is in fitness, whatever you like to do at the gym. So I wanted to get a better understanding of that, and obviously using that information where I can apply that to help people as yourself and others. So that's
I really, when we first started together, is I told you straight up, I'm like, I haven't worked out, and I'm, like, I should say that back up. I got into kickboxing and I started really liking that. It was more of a hit type kickboxing.
Mhm.
But then COVID hit really bad over here. They shut all that down. And
Mm.
then they were offering some other weird kind of exercise thing. And I was like, no, it's not doing it for me. Right. So I dropped out of that, really didn't have a choice. And I was really kind of discouraged with that because I was having a really good time, and I started to notice a little bit, loved hitting the bag and doing the kickboxing stuff. It felt really, really good. There's a few people in my mind that I think of when I hit those bags. So that really helps. Um, but then I stopped for like 2 months. And of course, it's through Christmas. So I gained at least 10 pounds. Plus, I used to be a heavy smoker too. Back in, I think 3.5, 4 years ago, I quit smoking for the first time. Like I tried multiple times in my life, but that's why I got these little wrinkles here now, right? Because I've been smoking for 25 years, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But it was the best decision I ever made. But I did gain some weight, right? But it's because I didn't do any exercise, and I'd sit in my desk every day. Anyway, so I decided that I really wanted to get better, right? I really wanted to feel better. When you're running a business, it's a lot of stress, right? There's a lot of pluses to it, but when you're taking it from this point to this point, you don't know what you don't know. So there's a lot of overwhelm, and there's a lot of things that you have to learn and pick up on. You're going to make mistakes, and I've made mistakes with some of my clients. Of course, you got to backpedal and try to figure out what happened, and you got to deal with a lot of that stress, and it can be overwhelming at times. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you're going to drop the ball and things are going to start happening. So I was like, I need to feel better. Like, I just need to feel better. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And my girlfriend is vegan. So that really, I felt like I've already had a good head start on that. And that's a whole nother conversation, but not everyone agrees with it or really wants to move that way. But personally, I think that that's been a huge help in me losing some weight as well. But I found you. I don't even know how it really happened. I was just Googling trainers, and then it went through some bark website, which ended up contacting you contacted me, and we've been together since March.
I think was it, I feel like it was longer than that. I want to say February. It could have been March. You might be right.
March. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know I went on holidays for with working out for 2 months, and then I was like, okay, gotta get back into this. But you were super good with it because you understood my concerns and my issues. Like, I didn't want to, as they say, bake a cake at 700 Fahrenheit, because I'm not going to get a good cake, and then I'm not going to want to bake a cake again.
No,
so
yeah.
To, wean into it a little bit, right? I just wanted to try it out, see if I liked it, right? You gave me a customized plan, and it's through an app on my phone, which was awesome. And I told you what I wanted. You told me what probably is a good idea and what isn't a good idea. together, we put our heads together, and you have the scientific data to know how things work, right? And so you just give me a 20-25 minute workout for, I think it was a good couple of months.
Mhm.
And that's all I needed to really feel like this is for me. And then as soon as I started feeling good about doing my workouts, then I just wanted to do it all the time. I got addicted to it, right? It's just like, and then 75 hard came into my life, and I was showing, check this out, and I'm sending it to you, and you're like, oh, right? You're a little bit hard on me with that one. And you know what? I went a month, almost a month. I think it was day 29, and I forgot to take a profile pic. And with 75 hard, if you miss any one of those things, you start over.
Yeah.
No matter what. I could have
Mhm.
taken a profile picture that I already had saved in my phone from yesterday, kind of thing, and put it in there. No one would have been wiser, but I would have known, right? And 75 hard would have never been the same after that. So I started over, did it for like, I think another 4 or 5 days. And then now my business is like really growing really quickly. So, I was overcoming a lot of stress, and my time management was getting difficult. So I had to shut down the 75 hard. And you said to me, that's probably the best thing you ever did, because I haven't been resting properly. Right. And that's one of the main core focuses of nutrition, or of exercise, and being healthy, is rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Recovery. Yep.
So tell me a little bit more about, like, in terms of a business owner who is out in the field all the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Driving out, doing estimates, going to visit his guys. Everyone's at different levels. Maybe they don't even need to go out and do estimates anymore. Maybe they just sit in the office. What would you think would be a really good starting point for them? Like, tell me a little bit about what you would recommend somebody who's
On the go.
wants to go, but they're always kind of like, because they know the beginning always is hard, right?
Right. So I think for anybody coming in, busy, hardworking individual, you definitely want to ease into working out, ease into fitness. Start off with maybe 2 to 3 days a week for maybe a half an hour a session. Um, don't make it rocket scientist. You can squeeze that 30 minutes in. Anybody can get in a 30-minute workout, no matter how busy you are.
Yeah.
3 days a week. Okay. Do that consistently for about a month. You should start to see a little bit of change towards the end of that month. And then, maybe write down whatever progress you made within that month, and maybe start to increase the intensity. Maybe you stay at that 3 days, but maybe that 3 days turns into 45 minutes opposed to a half an hour. And then another month goes by, you kind of check back in with yourself again, still at 3 days a week, but maybe now those 3 days turn into hours,
Yep.
so on and so forth. Okay. It's not something, fitness isn't a one size fits all. I mean, it has different sizes. It has different looks to it. I'm not expecting somebody that's sitting at a desk all day to go run a marathon a month later. That's not going to happen. So the first thing you should be doing when you decide I'm going to make a change and I'm going to get a little bit more active is do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it for any kind of outside gain. All these people are going to be checking me out. I'm going to pick somebody up at the gym or something like that. Do it for you. Do it because it's going to help you live longer. It's going to help you be happier, and it's going to give you more energy. It's going to give you more passion for whatever it is that you're doing. Like, you're going to be more motivated to get up and go to work, run your business. I don't know, go build a house or something like that. You're just going to have that extra added energy that I think we all need. One thing that I noticed about you, Rudy, when we started, you were really timid at first, but then as you started to open up, like you said, we just kind of started bouncing ideas off of each other, and I think you were doing like 3 to 4 workouts a week, and then it turned into 4 to 5, and here we are. Like, you're almost at like 7 days a week.
Yep.
Constantly.
Was twice a day.
Right. And that's another thing too. when you're feeling really, really, really good about fitness, but you're not necessarily taking care of yourself, there's nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with stopping, reassessing where you're at,
Yep.
and recovering. Because if you don't, you're just going to burn out. You're just going to burn out. And that
And you're
would
going
not.
to injure yourself too, right? Because that's your
Yes.
body needs, your muscles are going to tear and you're going to have torn ligaments. And like I noticed, because I didn't go crazy. Like some people, maybe they did like the workout during the day or in the morning, and then they do another workout at night.
Mhm.
I didn't do that. I did like the weights or workouts. And then at night I would walk.
Yeah.
The first week I was running, but then my knees started to get really sore and tired, which I never felt that before. I
Mhm.
was like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Because I feel like something's gonna crack here, right?
Yeah.
I was expanding my sleep as well for the healing, but that's all the rest that my body could get from me because I wouldn't allow that full day or two during the week, which I did some my own research as well, because I know you were more against me doing the 75 hard because you didn't want me to injure myself, right? So
Mhm.
I love that you did that because you're protecting me and my health, and you're the one that is knowledgeable in it. You're the one that's trained in it. You're the one that has the certifications.
Yeah.
But I even went onto YouTube and this one massive muscle builder from the UK, and he's just like, I only work out 3 times a week. I do my upper and my lower and my core or whatever he said, and that's it. Everything else is rest, rest,
Yep.
rest, 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 and diet, right?
Yep.
And I was just like, that's when I decided, okay, I'm not doing the 75 hard anymore. I don't know why I did. I think I just wanted to see if I could do it, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me that I stopped because I'm going to tell you, since starting with you, my whole body has changed completely. Like I'm stronger, I have more energy. And the other thing is, I've been able to listen to my body. I understand what's happening now. And I really like that because I never cared about that or even bothered with that before. If I have a day where, it's 3 o'clock right now, my time, but if I have a day where I'm feeling really tired, which is usually probably everybody's problem right about this time,
Mhm.
I know it's because of my nutrition or I've had too much coffee. But before I was drinking a whole bunch of water, what I still am, drink a whole bunch of water, and I eat healthy food, no fast foods, no processed foods, none of the garbage that is everywhere, every single street corner, right? Actually eating good food. And before I knew it, I could still work out twice a day, come to my office, work 12 hours, get a 7 to 8 hour sleep, and I'm rested for the most part. Till I think more towards the end of the week, I start getting really tired. But at the
Mhm.
beginning of the week, it wouldn't matter. Like I was like, I felt like I was freaking Superman, man. Like I serious. And when I wasn't, I knew it's because it's rest, right? I'm being too hard on my body or nutrition. And that was it. And or water, right? A lot of times you get really tired because you're dehydrated. And I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Right. I thought it was like, well, I'm just tired because I'm having a long day. Mm-mm. Unfortunately, for most people, that's what they think it is. But the reality is you have the ability to do a lot more in your life with if you had better health, right? You won't feel
I,
near as tired at 3 o'clock.
right. And that goes back to, for somebody that's, for the working man or woman, if you know that you're 24 hours, you're using every second of those 24 hours, whether that's running a business, whether that's doing your 9 to 5, whatever it is, it's very, very good to get yourself into a routine, especially if you're going to be involved in fitness. Fitness should be, well, okay, let me put it to you like this. You can't run a business, you can't go to work, you can't do none of the stuff you love to do if you're not taking care of yourself. So why don't you just take care of your body first? Why don't you just
Yep.
get it done, get it out? If you can get up, I don't know, 45 minutes earlier than you usually would, get up, get it out the way, start your day. That's the, for me, that's the best way to start the day. Get your workout in early, get it out the way. It sets the pace for your day. You got that energy carrying you all the way until you get home.
Yep.
Um,
It's 100%. And before I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to get up earlier. There's no possible way. I need my sleep. You need your sleep because you're not healthy, right? You still need a specific amount of time to rest, but if you go to bed at, let's say 9:30 or 10 o'clock,
Hmm.
you can get up at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And a lot of business owners, they get up really early because they got to be at the shop by 7 to get their
Hmm.
check, right?
Yeah.
Um, but who's to say that you can't get up, slam back 16 ounces of water real quick, right? If you want to make coffee, go ahead, make yourself a small bowl of oatmeal so it actually gets your metabolism going so you can burn off that energy, right? Do 5 push-ups, 5 jumping jacks, right? Go for a quick walk around the block, come back, go to work.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, right? And then you
Anything,
do an actual workout at night.
anything is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Just make sure, like, if you're gonna work out at night, make sure you're like setting it. So I'd say, like, I'm not sure like what time people get up, but I'm just thinking, just a general sense, a general example. If I know I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll get my workout at 6 o'clock in the evening. All right, that'll give me enough time to cool down, keep my get myself reset, get my dinner at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then I'm in bed by 9 o'clock, 9:30. So
Yeah.
I got my workout in, I ate my dinner, and I left enough time for me to digest that food where where it's feeding my body all of those nutrients and stuff
Yep.
to repair from the workout. And then I rest, and then I'm up and I'm ready for the day. Not
Yeah.
feeling groggy or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
And you definitely don't want to work out too late at night because you still have to eat. And if you eat too late, you're not sleeping. Not
yeah,
very good.
a lot of people don't know when you go to sleep right after you eat, your body, you think you're asleep, but your body's still up digesting that food that you just ate 15 minutes ago before you fell asleep.
Yeah.
So you want to leave yourself at least an hour and a half, 2 hours after you eat before you go to sleep.
Yeah. This is awesome. And I
Mhm.
know we've been going quite a bit longer. Like the time's already going flying by here, but
Yeah, man.
I want to ask you real quick, and then
Okay.
we can shut this off. But
Okay.
in terms of nutrition, that's a big one, right?
Hmm.
Like I know for me, before I even started working out, I started intermittent fasting for a while just to lose a little bit of the weight. It had nothing to do with working out. I don't agree with, now that I understand it, I don't agree with doing intermittent fasting and a whole bunch of working out and weights because I feel like that's a little hard on your body.
Absolutely.
You need that energy. So the food that you do eat will get burned in your workout. So it's okay
Hmm.
early, right? Don't do an intermittent. But if you don't want to do any workout, you want to do some intermittent fasting, that's okay, right? As long as what you're eating within, let's say, the 8-10 hour window or whatever you choose is good food, not pizza.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's another stigma about diets or stuff like that. People think, okay, I can do intermittent fasting and still eat what I want. No, because it's still bad for your body. It's still going to produce bad results for your body.
Yeah.
I don't care if you eat once a day, and if once a day you eat a 5 or 6 pieces of pizza, guess what? You're still adding bad fats to your body. You're still gonna have high cholesterol, and you're still gonna feel like crap after you eat it. So
Yeah.
eat good, eat good. There's nothing wrong, and this I'm not discouraging anybody from having a nice burger every blue moon or something like that.
Yeah.
But don't there's a saying that I heard at my gym, and if I may, use a bad word,
Go ahead.
my buddy said, you can eat like an asshole some of the time, just not all of the time. And it's true.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
it is,
true.
man. There's like, and I remember when I had my window clean pressure washing business, man, the drive through, right? It was so easy for me to do the drive. And you know what? Your mind starts to change because you're going to take in all that crap, all the sugar, all the fats, all the salts, everything else. You actually crave it. You're like, oh, 11 o'clock, got to go over to, McDonald's and grab that Big Mac deal that they got going on, whatever. Right.
Hmm.
And then before you know it, you're like slobbering just thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not very healthy, right? Like you know, but here's what's really cool is when you start eating healthy, your body actually craves healthy,
Mm.
right? You're like,
Yes.
you're choosing between the health, right? You're like, oh my God, I can't wait to have that chicken in that salad. Like everyone's right now, they're probably laughing that I just said that.
Probably, yeah.
But the truth is like, you're like, wow, I'm really looking forward to it. Right. And that is the best feeling in the world. I haven't been to a drive-through in a year.
That's
I haven't
good, man.
gone to a restaurant and I've had like a vegan burger, maybe had some fries there. So it isn't quite good yet, but I don't do it every week, do it every once in a while. Right. We order in from, because we have like Skip the Dishes and different kinds of like delivery service now, right? I think the same with Uber Eats does that too. But you can order from healthy restaurants. If you're super busy, there's no excuse in 2021. There's so much convenience and availability. You just got to choose the good one, right?
Yeah.
All of like the breaded chicken and like the deep fried stuff and like that stuff is killing you faster than you know, right?
It's funny. I just did a podcast this past Sunday about obesity and what's killing us, and it's not COVID, it's not cancer, it's not all this other stuff. It's food, man. Food is what's killing us.
Yep.
Food is what's killing us faster than anything else. What we put in our bodies is killing us faster than anything else.
Yeah,
You know,
100%. Like I see people my age. Well, I used to have a beard, so you should have seen it. Well, you did see pictures of it with the
I
beard.
saw it. Yeah.
Look pretty old, right? But that's attributed to my partying and my bad health and everything else. But even that, like I see people who are my age and they look way older than I do. Do you know what I mean? Like
Dude.
they're looking rough. Like you can tell someone's not looking after themselves, right? Even physically, they look tired. They have the bags under their eyes. They're just slouched over. And man, I'm telling you, like you got to put in the couple of months of the hard work, and then it's just like building a business, exactly the same. It sucks in the beginning, right? Because you got to build all this stuff. But it's like I always use that analogy of getting a passenger jet off the tarmac. It's going to use 90% of its fuel to get, well, not 90, but 50% of its fuel to get off of the tarmac until it hits 50,000 feet. And then it's right. And at that level, you can decide how much further you want to go. You can maintain, but you've now established a routine. You're used to it. You get up in the morning, you have your water, go read 10 pages out of a book, have some coffee, eat your oatmeal, right? Go to work happy, than a pig in shit. I'm not even joking, right? And that's how it feels for me. I look forward to going to work every day. Before, I was dreading it because it would just burn all the calories out of my brain. I would have to nap for like a half an hour every single day, right? I think I've had a nap twice this month.
That's good.
So I attribute that to good health, or obviously, but like good nutrition and working out, and obviously you keeping.
Man, I'm a small part of this thing, man. I'm just giving you suggestions and you're following them. You're doing the work.
Yeah, you're a big part of it. I'm not even gonna lie, you're a big part of it, because the one thing that is the most difficult is staying accountable. Once you get to that level where it's like, now it's like part of your lifestyle, it's different. Now it's like, okay, now I can just, I'll go and I'll know what I want, right? Maybe I'll go and do some arms if I want today. I did everything Prince told me to do, but I still feel like I can do more. So I'm just going to do a little bit more.
That's good.
And that's fine, right? But
Yep.
I love that you send me texts every single day, and you have been doing that since we started. You're like, hey man, how you feeling, brother? And then you send me the link to my workout. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, ain't much to it,
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel like, and this is the approach that I take with my clients in person too. Like, I never want the workouts to feel like it's a robot standing there just looking at you.
Yeah.
No emotion, no kind of anything like that. So yeah, I want to make it fun. I want you to have that fire. Like, yeah, I can do this. I can crush this workout. I got my guy egging me on right here, giving me what I need.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Prince calls me Skywalker.
Yeah.
Young Skywalker.
Young Skywalker, Jedi Master.
Gaines Walker, was that what we changed it to?
Gaines Walker, yeah. Gaines Walker.
Yeah, I love it, man. That's super awesome. And you're actually a big part of my life now. So for anybody that's watching and listening to this, like if you're having a hard time and you're really struggling to try to kind of move the needle forward on your on your health, on your exercise, trying to figure out from a business owner's perspective, how do I get this in my day to day, right? Talk to Prince, right? Sign up in the Kickstart app, right? I'll put a link.
Kickoff.
Sorry,
Kickoff, yes.
Kickoff app. I'll put a link in my podcast. You guys can click that link. It is an affiliate link, but it's the only link I have. So click that link, and then it'll reach out to Prince directly. And then that way you guys can have a conversation about your health and he will. This is what I really like about it. There's a whole other side to the app too, right? There's like all the nutrition. So you can actually put in there and put all the food that you like. I like Italian foods. I like Chinese foods. I like Asian foods. I like Mexican. And then you guys have a nutritional department, right? Is that how that works? So you have nutritionists that work on this, and they will provide you with the meals. And it's not mandatory, but it's recommended for your success. So here's your entire week worth of food. Go buy the groceries. Here's the how to make it. Right? You can create a grocery list right from the app. Right? I love it. And I can just go to the store, buy all the ingredients that I need for the entire week, and then just make it. So I don't have no excuse. You guys have made it so easy for me that I don't have an excuse. And then on top of that, you got someone like Prince sending you messages every day. How you feeling? You didn't work out yesterday. What's going on? Are you okay? Like this is what I get every single day. I'm blessed by it, because if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be working out near as much as I am. And I'm only at 100, and I was at 183 pounds, and I'm only 5'10" and a half. So I noticed the difference in my belly. Like I'm sure there's a lot of people obviously that are way more than that, but I lost almost 15 pounds, right? Almost 15 pounds. And the abs are coming through. My arms are getting bigger. I'm feeling fantastic. Right? So why not do it? And I'm not dead. Like, I mean, I was able to figure out a way. Yes, I know that most of my time is spent in the office, but that doesn't make it easy for me to go out of my way during the day to go work out when I know I have things to do and I have to look after my clients. I still do my workouts before I start my day or after. Right? And I still had to juggle that with my family and everything else. Personally, I think it's more important to strategize your entire day around your health than it is the other way around. And I think everyone is doing it the other way around. Right? So, well, that's awesome, man. I've taken a lot of your time. I know I told you it was only going to be 20 minutes, but I'm eager to get this out to everyone. And I think that what we put out there is really important. And hopefully, even if it changes one person, it's worth it. So thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. I really appreciate you coming out, taking the time to listen to this. Hope you got some value out of it. Again, the link is going to be in the description. And we look forward to doing another podcast for you coming up very, very soon. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Trying to figure out how digital marketing works. Trying to figure out how to get a website to rank, how to make it convert. Trying to figure out how Facebook works, how Instagram works. How do you get engagement? How do you get followers? How do you get likes? How do you get reviews consistently on a single month? All of this can be extremely daunting for a business owner, especially if you're just trying to grow your business. Your job, your responsibility as a CEO is to automate and delegate. Your job is to make sure that everyone is put in the right spots. Having to spend all this time trying to figure out digital marketing tactics and skills, honestly, it's a complete waste of your time, resources, and money. You need to hire a company that is dedicated to you and to the industry, like Floor Coating Marketers. Stop trying to weigh your options. Just get on board. Hire floor coating marketers for your agency. If you want a concrete coating business, this is your best shot at your success. If you want to 3 times or even up to 10 times your revenue, this is the best way to do it.